What is up, Group Coach Nation? Here with Mark Tompkins, just to talk LinkedIn. I am super stoked about this because I'm not a great guy on LinkedIn. I know many of you are watching on LinkedIn right now, but LinkedIn's just not my native platform. And so it's really important, to ask people how to do the things you don't know how to do. And I am just saying loud and clear, LinkedIn is a bit of a weakness for me and my team. And that's really because it's just not been our primary platform as we've grown our brand. And as individuals, it's just not a place that I typically hang out and love hanging out. You know how it is. You kind of love hanging out on the platform you love the most. So Mark's here. Man, Mark, thanks for diving in and just helping us talk through all of this.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks
So,
for having me.
yeah, you got a killer marketing agency. You're rock and rolling this stuff. I know you help tons of clients with this kind of thing. So, man, give us some LinkedIn ABCs for me as a beginner.
Yeah, for sure. The biggest thing that people kind of miss when we're talking about social media, specifically like Facebook, but for LinkedIn, everyone always kind of jumps forward to the content part of things when they're missing the piece of actually creating the audience first, which is in my opinion the most important piece, because if you don't have an audience, then you're just throwing content out there. And I see it all the time where people are creating all this amazing content. They'll spend thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on the actual content piece of things, but then don't have an audience to send it to. And they'll throw it up on YouTube or something and they get 50 views. And it's wow, that was a huge waste of money. So what I like to show people is the first piece is grow your audience. You can worry about a bit about the content at the start, but the best piece is just grow your audience. So, create a profile if you don't have one. And then, figure out who your target audience is, which, if you're in business, you're going to have a fairly good idea of who your target is. Let's just take my marketing agency, for example. We specifically go after dentists. That's one of the things we're very strong with. Our dentists do very well. We take new dentist offices and grow them very quickly. And, a recent example is we actually, a dentist office had to actually slow the marketing down because we were blowing them up too quick, and they were so new that it was actually, doing too much. So it specifically with dentists, we target dentist offices across Canada. So the first step would be to, for me to just go in and create connections with the dentist office owners. So
are you, let me back you up a step then. Are you because this is really if you didn't just hear it, by the way, hey everybody, welcome. It's good to see everybody. Y'all are rocking. Ask your questions if you want. Mark will answer them over here.
Yep.
Defining dentist office. Let's go to step one. Are you y'all are going to think this is so stupid and funny. I actually have the free version of LinkedIn. I don't have a paid version of LinkedIn. There, I said it. Yeah. Are you searching for dentist, or are you is there some subset? How are you actually dialing in and knowing you're talking to the right person?
Yeah, LinkedIn is probably one of the best ones for descriptions of who people are. On Facebook, sometimes it's pretty ambiguous because people don't put titles of what their business is. But on LinkedIn, they're putting, who they work for, whether they're an owner or a marketing manager, or, their position within that company. So it's a lot easier to target. So when I'm shooting for, let's say, dentist office, I want to hit the owners because typically, they're the ones, or even a marketing manager, but they're the ones that are making the decisions on what to do for their marketing. They're the ones that make that buying decision. So you can specifically search on LinkedIn for, winery owners. I do it across Canada, but you can, granulate into a province like BC or a state like California, and specifically hit those, add those dentists as connections on LinkedIn. People are pretty open. Most people will accept your contact request. So it's fairly easy. A lot of people think that yes, you do want your business. We have buzz marketing as a business on LinkedIn, but I connect with everybody through my personal profile. It's a lot harder to actually connect with people as a business. So I use my personal profile.
That's a key thing to remember there, folks. That really is that. That's a good note there, man. Thanks for bringing that up. So connecting, same way with Facebook, by the way, unless you're running paid traffic, it's easier to connect via your personal profile than it is your business page or business profile.
And the one thing I hear sometimes too is like, well, I don't like to use my personal profile for my business, and like, why not? It's on social media anyways. You might as well. I know that people that are using their personal profiles as their business on Facebook and on LinkedIn are way more successful, because just like you said, nobody really follows businesses. They will, but they don't really pay attention too much to it. So you're going to be way more successful connecting as a person, as a part of your Mark Tompkins from Buzz Marketing instead of Buzz Marketing.
Yeah, we really do business as individuals. I mean, truly, think about the biggest brands you follow out there. Like, I'm just going to pick, let's pick a coach or consultant. Yeah, Gary Vee. Yeah. So do you want Gary Vee's marketing company to reach out to you, or would you respond differently if it was like, I think Gary Vee's personal profile just said something? Like, that's a whole different, it's relationships, right? You want to talk to the person. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, okay. Go ahead, keep going.
So when you're connected with people on LinkedIn, they're way more likely to see your content personally than on your business page. You still want to post on both, but you're going to be way more successful getting that content to the right people if it's your LinkedIn personal page, professional.
All right, so
page.
Mark, let's just analyze what I'm doing right now. My content creation game is pretty low key. For anybody who follows me or anything we do at Group Coach Nation, we teach experts how to build high-ticket masterminds. We're not flooding the market with content. We're not a low-ticket offer kind of group. That doesn't mean flooding the content's not a bad thing for anybody. I'm just saying that's not us. Right now, we're on StreamYard. I'm going live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. This is going live on my personal LinkedIn profile. Looking up in the corner up here is my Chris Williams HQ profile. Is there something from a LinkedIn standpoint that I should be doing differently, like right now as we're broadcasting? Or do you say go back when this is over and tag it or share it or put it on your business? Or what do you do with this?
Yeah, the live stuff is good, but yeah, the thing to do, like after you've created the content, is you can post the full thing. It's a lot harder, as long as your content is good, it's hard to get people to watch, even the amount of time we've already spent here is almost too much time for most people. So what we do is we will chop, the interview up into a whole bunch of different smaller pieces of content and pick the top 5 and then post those, like the highlights of those. People will spend a little bit more time on LinkedIn watching content. And people will watch something if it's specific to them. Let's just say there's a marketing company out there that is targeting dentists. They'll probably watch a little bit more of this content because it's related directly to them. Whereas you want to keep some of your content a little bit lighter, under a minute, minute and a half, because people will actually look at the time of how long a video is. And that will be, no matter what it is, that will actually be a decision maker on whether they watch that or not. So you'll get more people watching like quicker snippets because people just don't have the attention span they used to, unless the content is so specific to them that they will invest that time. So
see, that's a good tip. I've heard that before. And man, as all of us know who do any kind of content creation, it's really difficult to keep anything under a minute to 2 minutes. And actually get a concept, unless you're just dropping 4 to 6 lines and it's just pure ad copy. Mark, I was on your show a few weeks ago and we kept it. I think you keep all your shows under 10 minutes. Is that right?
Yeah. Yours is probably one of the longer ones. I try to keep them quick. A lot of besides the actual show part of things, most of my videos that I shoot with clients or just content, I try to keep around under a minute, or it's definitely under 2 minutes.
All right. So let's just play with this for a second, Mark, because this is challenging, right? So as content creators, we're here talking about how to find your target audience on LinkedIn. Let's just use that as an example. All right. So Mark, I'm going to pull up my phone. All right. We're going to do We're going to do a 60-second episode, okay? Let's just try this out. So I'm going to run the stopwatch here. All right, so I'm going to go. Let's try to get to under 60 seconds. Because, folks, if you create your own content, I'm spending more than 60 seconds just telling you how hard it is to get under 60 seconds. All right, I'll shut up. All right. Hey, Chris Williams here with Mark Tompkins talking about finding your target audience on LinkedIn. Mark, give me 50 seconds max. Help me out.
For sure. So like the target audience, super important is figure out who you're going after. Let's just use wineries, for example. I'll go out, I'll find the wineries. It's very simple to search on LinkedIn, find the winery owners or the marketing manager. And then I put those people, I add them as connections. And then once they're connected, I'm going to put out content that's related to wineries and how we help them grow and sell online. And it's that simple. That's the best thing you can do and the easiest thing you can do.
All right, there's our episode with Mark Tompkins. You can find him. Where can we find you, Mark? Where's your website?
Buzzmarketing.ca.
Buzzmarketing.ca. Boom, 50 seconds, dude.
There you go.
That was good. Okay.
I've shot so many videos and I know like I have in my mind the timing to make sure it's under a minute. So
all right, so man, this gives me an idea. Like, because we post a lot of long form content at Group Coach Nation, because we do a lot of Q&A format for any platform we're on. And so it gives us a space to like explain, here's how to get into the nitty gritty and do this. But I love this idea of, okay, let me just go back to this. For all of you listening in, watching, whatever, ask your questions if you want to before or after. You can post your comments. Here's the struggle. We record our episode and we put all these out there on our podcast and everything else, right? Record the episode. Somebody like Mark wants to go chop them up into 3 to 5 different pieces and reuse them, repost them. Like Mark and his group of Buzz are just amazing at that. But I'm like, are you giving somebody this entire episode to listen to and then they go and chop and find the key pieces? Is that's what you guys are doing, Mark?
No, we do it for them. We still post the full like episode, and when we post the snippets, we'll link to the full episode if somebody wants to go that extra and get that extra content.
But somebody on your team is listening to our episode and chopping it up and deciding which snippets are the best ones to cut and use, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't have to go post-production and tell somebody, oh, at minute 13 and minute 17, these are the ones to use.
No, yes. If you've got specific things that you want to be pulled out of that, 100%. And like typically my guys, because we've been doing this for quite a while, my guys will just know which are the best ones. And sometimes my team will know better than me because I'm the one creating the content. And sometimes I'll think one thing is better where we have to think about, is the target audience going to like what I'm saying? Because I might like what I'm saying, but maybe the messaging, I'll say something in a different area where it's actually more important for the content.
Gotcha.
The one thing I will say too is people forget that, you know, maybe you don't get a ton of views on some of your videos or likes and things like that. The biggest thing that I found was when I was out and about, LinkedIn had always given me the most amount of exposure. So people were always saying, "Hey, I saw you on LinkedIn. I see your videos." I had a couple people actually come up to me and say, "Hey, I don't watch your videos, but I see you all the time." And that was one of the most powerful things that I actually figured out was the content may not even be the most important thing. The visibility of people knowing who I am and what I do could almost be more important to the sales process because people may not even care about the content, but they know what I do and I'm visible. Who are they going to do business with? Somebody they've seen.
So true.
That was the thing where I kind of realized that smaller pieces of content and frequency was important, even if people aren't actually pulling in the actual content.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, I saw you. That guy that wears like freaking 3-piece suits on Zoom calls. Yeah, I know who that guy is. Yeah, that's the guy, right?
Yeah.
I love it. That's a cool brand. You know, here's another idea that just came to mind. I don't know if this would make sense. I think it does. Like, I might try a few of these next week because we have guests on our show once a week or so. That's what I'll do. All right. here's my idea. Next week on next week's show, next Tuesday, I forget who our guest is, and I'm gonna chop that interview up. What I'm gonna do, this is Claudia Garbett from Wired for Success. Cool. Next week with Claudia, we're gonna record, like Claudia and I will do the whole episode live. We spend 20 minutes or so like we're doing here, and we're gonna record like 1 to 2 minute Q&A segments. And I'm going to prep the meeting that way. So we're actually like getting into the conversation and then stop the conversation and hit the questions. That way we can repurpose it easier because it's going to be pre-formatted for snippets, which could be more helpful to people.
100%. That's actually how, if I'm doing a longer interview with somebody, that's exactly how I format it is I'll come in, I'll ask a question, and then a lot of my interviews, I like to just bounce off and use the next question. Like I don't plan my questions out, maybe a little bit, but I'll always pause, ask the question so that my guys have a lot easier time of chopping that content up. And no one really notices that. I'm conscious of it because I'm waiting a couple seconds, but no one really notices the actual pause in that interview, and it still seems natural. But it helps your editors way more.
Was that too long? That was awkward. That's great, man. Love all these tips. Really helpful. So, all right, let's just go down this dentist pathway for a second. So you're marketing a dentist, you've identified them, you've pulled them out. Now you're going to create some content for dentists. Is it all about the title? This is all LinkedIn, right? Again, so are you tagging or titling? Is it hashtags? Is it what is it that makes your content get seen by more dentists?
Yeah, the hashtags work and titles, and it's a bit of a combo. So what I do is I use a tool. The one I'm using right now is called Zopto. And it actually will help you scrape your lists off of LinkedIn. So it grabs my dentists across Canada. It'll grab like 300 to 500 dentists, however many dentist owners there are within Canada, and throw it onto a list. And then I create content and put it onto LinkedIn. What Zopto does is that it actually adds those people over time. So it'll add about 20 a day. So it's a process. Because LinkedIn, it will only let you do so many automated additions. So over time, it'll add 20 a day. And then, you probably get 5 to 10 of those accepted almost right away. So your list grows pretty quickly. And then what I do in the first message, I think this is one thing that really hurts the conversion. And I found this just by testing it is people will sell right away, but with the tool, I just say, hey, let's connect. And then 3 days later, I'll send something. Hey, I've been helping dentist owners grow their revenue. This is who we work with, and this is why it works. And it's about a 3 or 4 drip messaging where it's not super long, just like quick little snippets. Hey, we help them out. We help people out like you. And I've actually got a really good response. Some people are just like, hey, I'm not looking for it. But others are just like, hey, that looks great. I need to grow my business. This is what I want. So I keep it simple. I try not to complicate things. If somebody wants marketing and they're a dentist, they're gonna be at least interested in what I have to say because I've been successful helping dentists across Canada.
That brings up a really cool thing and an interesting point. A lot of us struggle with what's the approach look like. So you meet somebody online, you could help them. How do you make that approach happen? Do you take 2 weeks? Do you warm up the relationship? Do you go straight after dropping a link to your funnel? There's extremes to both ends, right? But truly, if you're being yourself, for all of us here at Group Coach Nation, if you're being yourself and you're actually making an attempt to build a real relationship and actually say, hey, I think I can help you for real. Like, I really can. Some people are going to say no because that's not their moment in time to be interested in what you have. And that's okay.
You can't worry about that.
Some people will say something mean back, and that's unfortunate, but just move on. It's okay. It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
Don't internalize that crap. But then the people who are like, yeah, I was actually just thinking about this morning in the Starbucks line. How do you do what you do? they're going to raise their hand, and you got to get the numbers game figured out. That's really important. And be authentic, be yourself, make the ask.
Yeah. Another strategy that I've used too, and I've been experimenting with different things, is the one of the most successful ones, and I've seen other people do it, is target, let's just say, an auto group. We do auto dealership marketing across Canada. I'll look for, an auto group with 5 to 6 to 10 dealerships under one group. Mm-hmm. And I'll target them. Let's say somebody that's fairly local to me, within BC, British Columbia. I'll actually search out the right group. I'll start commenting on their posts. I'll add all the people within their group as a connection, and over time, when you actually reach out to them directly, they've seen you react, they've seen you talk, and the lead in is way easier than just trying to reach out as kind of a cold email or a cold message.
That's a great point.
And that's how I got my second biggest client. Was just I was testing a strategy, and it actually it worked because they knew who I was, and they're like, you know what, you're basically the only one that's actually interested in what we've been doing online, and we're going to give you a shot at our dealership group. So I know it works like a charm.
That I can confirm that too. If anybody watching, what's up, Jason? By the way, hey, good to see you, man. If anybody watching takes one thing away from that right there, it is warm up your profile every day before you start prospecting. Just spend 10 minutes, roll through the people in your profile, comment, be for real, cheer people on, be an awesome person, and then start your messaging if you're going to start reaching out to people, because they see that you're a real person, not just a bot just screaming through numbers, dropping links. That's a great point.
Yeah, it does take a lot more time, but the results are incredible.
It is. It's relationships, right? It's just it's come on. Yep. We're just people. One more time, Mark, where can people find more about you?
Buzzmarketing.ca and Mark Tompkins on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. We're everywhere. So Buzz Marketing out of Kelowna, BC, Canada.
Kelowna, BC, man. Talk about a beautiful part of the world. Oh my gosh.
Not so bad. Not so bad.
It's not bad at all. Wow. All right, my friend. Thanks again for investing with us here in Group Coach Nation. Love the advice. LinkedIn is something I need to step my game up on. As always, folks, do work, get results. Not a single thing we've talked about today or ever is a get-rich-quick scheme. This is doing the real thing, build a strategy, execute, and get results. No matter what you're selling, that's how it works. Do work, get results. Yeah, we talk about high-ticket masterminds and building your own high-ticket expert-based business, but it's still pick the right strategy and execute and get the results. That's what makes things happen. Mark, thanks again, buddy. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Reach out and ask questions. Drop in the profile. The link's here below, and Mark or I will get back to you and answer your questions for sure.
All right. Awesome, man. It's been a complete pleasure. Always great.
Same here. Can't wait. Talk again soon.
Thanks.